Before we start this video, I should let you guys know that I am utterly exhausted. Hey guys, I'm Andrea, I'm a young adult author, and welcome to my channel. Today I am coming to you with a kind of TBR, but it's more like my tentative TBR for like the next 2 to 3 months. Maybe not really like the rest of the year, but like we'll see how many books I can get read because we are currently in the middle of a move from Germany back to the States, as our time here is now up, but we've decided we will make a trip back once a year. So you guys probably don't even care about this. I don't know why I'm sharing so much. Anyway, I realized that all my pre-recorded videos have run out, guys, so I'm re-recording and making new videos for you, including my tentative TBR. Hopefully I'll get to these books before the end of the year, hopefully in the next couple of months. Let's go ahead and get started. There's about 7 books on this list, including one that I'm currently reading now, which would make it 8 books on this list. These aren't really in any specific order or anything. I just pulled like 7 books off my shelf and was like, these are my priorities right now. So the first book on my tentative TBR, hopefully I'll read it before the end of the year, is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Ngan. I got this book, I think when it first came out, and it's a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, and I've been hearing so many good things about it, and like, I know the sequel, I think, comes out next year, and so like, I just need to read it. Like I said, this isn't in any specific order, but this is just at the very, very top of my list. Like, this is at the very top of my TBR. I need to read this like yesterday, so hopefully once I finish Two Can Keep a Secret, I will be reading this right after, because I need to know what is going to happen in this book. I need to experience it. I need it in my life. If you don't know, Girls of Paper and Fire, I'm actually like don't know much about it to be honest, but the back says, in a land we're known as paper girls, easily torn, existing only for others to use and discard, but there's something they've all forgotten about paper. It can light the world on fire and make it burn. That just sounds amazing. So I do know a little bit about this book. I know there's paper girls and then there's some other girl, and the paper girls are like the low class of girls. The other girls are like higher, and I guess paper girls are like, don't quote me on this because like I really don't remember, but I guess paper girls are kind of like given to like the king or something. Let me just read so that I don't give you the wrong information. So the girl in this is taken by the king, but she's like the lowest class, which is paper girl, and I guess there's some trigger warnings in here and some other stuff. Like I said, I don't know much about it, but like I need to read it because I've heard such good things and I need it in my life. So yeah. Okay, so next on our list is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I recently read Heartless. If you don't know, go watch my reading vlog because I'm still not over it, and it's been like 2 weeks and my heart still hurts and I still think about Jess because that's bae. Anyway, I need more Marissa Meyer in my life, and I've been meaning to read Cinder, but like I didn't have as much interest in it as I did in Heartless because I was just like, This didn't intrigue my interest as much. But ever since reading Heartless, I do want to get into more Marissa Meyer, so hopefully I can get into this because I'm already eyeing the next ones in the series on Book Outlet because I have a book buying problem and it's not okay. But yeah. So if you don't know what Cinder is about, it's basically a Cinderella retelling, but I believe she's a cyborg, so she's like a robot. I'm pretty sure that's the concept here. Let me just make sure. Yeah, she's a cyborg. So it's a Cinderella retelling, but she's like a robot, and I don't know anything about it other than that. So yeah, but it sounds interesting and I picked it up on Thrift Books, so I can't wait to read it. The next book on my list was sent to me for free by the author, so thank you so much. He saw one of my videos and contacted me, and I was so excited when I got that email and so happy to read his book. I read his first chapter online and it sounded so interesting, so I cannot wait to get into it, and that is Wildcat by J.P. Harker. Apparently this is book 1 in a series. I don't really know too much about this book at all. other than it follows this girl who's a warrior, and it's got like a lot of kind of like gory scenes, and it like dives into what it was like. I don't know the time period, but it's like one of those things that takes you back to a different time, and it dives into like the ideals of that time and stuff. So I know like the main girl, she's a warrior, but she has to get married because it's kind of expected for women to get married and have kids and stuff. So she like wants that for herself. Something like that. Again, I don't really know too much about it, but I read the first chapter and there was like blood and guts and fighting and her just being a badass, and I was just like, I need it in my life. Like, I need it now. Next on our list, you guys should all know this one, is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This isn't like super high on my list, but it's up there because I've never read a Cassandra Clare book. I know, don't kill me, I just never have picked one up, and this is the first one I bought, and I just need to read it. I need to know what the hype is about, and I need to know if I can be a part of it, because I would love to be a part of the Cassandra Clare hype and join that fan group and just geek out with all the other Cassandra Clare fans, because goals, book goals, okay? Anyway, I don't know what this book is about. I think I remember seeing the movie adaptation, which I've heard is kind of bad, forever ago. But other than that, I'm not really sure. I know it deals with like shadow hunters and like there's a lot of supernatural elements, I believe, in here, but that's literally like all I know about it. And if you can't already tell by the little I know of the books I pick up, I kind of like going into my books blind, but then when I go into my books blind, I'm kind of just like, what the heck is happening here? Win some, lose some. I mean, really, I don't know a lot about half the books on my shelf, but I still read them, and some of them I still love. So I'm hoping I will love this one. Hoping, praying. The next book I have here is one that isn't very high up on my TBR, but I do want to read it because, again, I've been eyeing the sequels to it because I have a book buying problem. And that is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I've heard mixed reviews about this. People either like it or they don't. Like, I feel like there's no middle ground here. There's never like, oh, it was okay. It's just like no or yes. I don't know like anything about this book other than I think the world is divided by those with red blood and those with silver. That's what the back says, silver blood. There's like a difference between them. One's better kind of concept and one's like inferior. I don't know. If you can't tell, I just like pick up books because I like the concept that I read on Goodreads most of the time, or I see the recommendations on other booktubers videos and I'm like, huh, that sounds interesting, let me pick it up. And I really don't remember what the concept is or like what's going on in the book, but whatever, guys. I picked up Red Queen and I'm gonna read it soon. It's not high up on my TBR, but like probably before the end of the year I'll get to it. Okay, so this next book I picked up from Barnes & Noble forever ago, and did I get this from Barnes & Noble? No, that's a lie. I got this from Thrift Books, sorry, forever ago, and it's really not that high up on my TBR, but I remember seeing it in Barnes & Noble and taking a picture of it and being like, I'm gonna get that book. That looks interesting, or that sounds interesting. But it is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. I've heard about this a couple of times on some Booktube videos, but it was never like, I never watched reviews for it. It was never like, oh, this was great, or oh, this sucked, or anything like that. At least not from what I've seen. So I'm interested to see what's gonna happen when I read it. Thrift book stuff usually comes with stickers. Honestly, stop putting stickers on books, okay? Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, again, one of those things I like really don't know what it's about. I think it's got some witch stuff in it, witchy stuff, maybe? Oh, Lord. I'm like reading the back now. It says, you wake up to the memory, or with the memory of the last few days. Your friends were killed in an accident that you miraculously survived. Your family has to move to another state to escape the fallout. You meet a mysterious boy who seems to know more about your past than you do. You start seeing things that can't possibly be there. You are afraid you are losing your mind. Can you keep it together? Mara Dyer is about to find out. Okay, so maybe I was wrong about the concept. I'm really not sure. I know there's a romance in this, though. That is one thing I do know for sure. I don't know, guys. Don't quote me. I just want to read it. It looks interesting. Besides, what really attracted me was the cover. Like, look at this. Look at this cover. I just like this cover. Isn't it so nice? I just think it's so cute. I don't know what it is, but, like, I just love the vibes I'm getting from it. So, like, I gotta read it. The next one I feel like I haven't heard about at all, and again, it's not high up on my TBR, but I looked on my shelf and I was just like, dang, I really want to read this. And that is Empire of Shadows by Miriam Foster. This is the sequel kind of to City of a Thousand Dolls, which I have read like 3 times since high school, and I still love that book. I know nothing about this book though, other than that it kind of takes place in like the same realm as the first book. That's all I know. That's like the gist of it. Let's see. I think it's kind of the same, like as I'm looking at the little insert, I'm thinking it's about the same concept as the original. So like there's a girl who's trying to solve like a murder mystery, but it's like set in like not a fantasy world, but it's not set in like a reality world. Does that make any sense? It doesn't, does it? This is why I need sleep. Anyway, basically the first novel was about this girl who went to this school for girls where they were taught different things. So like some were taught music, some were taught like how to please men. That doesn't sound right at all, but like they were just taught to be wives. Some were like taught like killing and all this other stuff, and basically this girl who really had no intentions of trying to solve a murder mystery ends up having to solve or figure out who killed these people. And I'm not gonna spoil you guys, but like when you find out who killed them. So yeah, I picked up the sequel just because the first book was good and I wanted to know what this one was like. So the last book is the one I'm reading, which is right behind me, and that's Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen M. McManus, the author of One of Us is Lying, which I read a while back, and I will link my vlog of that below. This book started out really slow because I've already started it. I'm about halfway through and now it's picking up and I'm like, ooh. I have some things I kind of want to say about it, but this is like a TBR video, so I feel like it's not really that relevant. Just know that like I haven't decided how I feel about it yet, nor can I figure out who the heck, because this is a murder mystery as well. Girls disappearing, girls getting killed, the killer supposedly coming back, but we don't know who it is. I can't figure out who did it yet, so that's all I'll say about that one. I'll pull it down so you guys can see it, because like her covers, I think they're just so, look at this cover, like look at it, look at it, look at that, oh my gosh. And it's signed. I got a signed copy. One day I'll get it personalized. I really liked One of Us is Lying, so of course Two Can Keep a Secret was something I really wanted to read when I first got, and what I did was I just held out 3 books for my daughter, who's 1, and whichever book she reached for, grabbed and tried to like demolish, basically. Not intentionally, but like she just, you know, she's 1. I was like, okay, this is the one I'm gonna read, and I did that for Heartless, and then I did that for this book. I might do it for these, but I'm pretty sure that Girls with Paper and Fire is gonna be my next read. So I hope you guys enjoyed this TBR video thing. I mean, I don't usually do TBRs, and I was like kind of iffy like if I was going to, but there's some books that I want to read before the end of the year, and specifically in the next like couple of months. And so I thought that I should share that with you guys, just to let you guys kind of know, not that it matters a bunch, but yeah, I did a TBR video, guys. So if you liked it, please leave me a like, comment down below, and subscribe to this channel, and please let me know what other content you'd like to see on here, because I have so many ideas, but I want to know what you guys think. Alrighty guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!